so bad, so my energy is going to be like a little frantic. Thank you guys so much for being here and for sticking around. I'm gonna just jump right in. My story starts in 2006. I'm in my friend's basement playing Halo with the boys, as you do as a 16, 17-year-old. And I feel something that doesn't feel quite right. So I go to the bathroom. The only way I can describe it is it feels like there's a fist in my butt cheek and someone's trying to push their pinky through my butthole. If you've ever experienced a hemorrhoid, that's the best description you've ever fucking heard. That's 100% accurate. For those of you that pulled back, strap in. It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get way grosser. So I've just realized I've got my first hemorrhoid ever. So I do what every 16-year-old boy dreams of doing, and I call out of work. I go back to my friend's couch, I start playing Halo. I go home later and my parents are livid. And they're livid because they say, if you are well enough to hang out with your friends, you're well enough to not shirk your responsibilities. Which is absolutely inaccurate. So wrong. There is such a big difference. Do you know how big of a difference there is between sitting on a couch and running a 12-hour shift bussing dishes? Just from your butthole's perspective. I mean, like, your butthole's not super stoked about doing that. So the name of this story, cue title screen, is Things You Should Not Do While Your Butthole is Bleeding, parentheses, a Thanksgiving Tale. So again, my parents have told me, if you want to do fun stuff, you need to do your responsibilities, which what they meant was slow down. That's not how I took it. I kept doing everything, so surprise, surprise, my hemorrhoids don't heal. Instead, they double up. I've got 2 now. They get super infected, and I have to have surgery. So the Monday before Thanksgiving, I'm a senior in high school. I go in to get my butthole stitched up. So I leave with some butthole stitches, some mild childhood trauma, and a little pink foam cushion that I'm supposed to sit on for the next 2 weeks. Again, it's Thanksgiving weekend. I am going to party this weekend, right? So this is Monday, Thanksgiving's on Thursday, which means I am going to school the next day. So picture me Tuesday, a senior in high school, with the kindest people on the planet, high school students, walking down the halls, bleeding out of my asshole with what I'm calling a man pond just stuffed into my butt crack, and carrying this little pink pillow, smelling like shit, just having a great time. I'm taking so much pain medication because this is 2006 in New York. This is like when doctors were being paid to give out this kind of medication. So I walk out of that hospital with like 60 10 milligram oxys. I'm 17, I'm taking them like fucking Skittles. It's wild. So I'm on this medication. My stomach is cramping because I'm super constipated from the medication. I'm super hormonal because this medication is throwing me off. I'm 17 years old. And I'm also bleeding through my pants. So I'm hormonal, cramping, bleeding through my pants. This is not just a hemorrhoid story, it's also my first period. So the first thing you should not do while your asshole is bleeding is go to school. Just learn online. Do anything else. So Thanksgiving comes by. I've got 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm in school. Thanksgiving hits. Thanksgiving is lovely. I'm 16, 17 at this point, so it's like my first year that I can go on those special cousin walks. You know those special cousin walks where all the cousins leave? And so I roll up my own little joint. My friend Liam, who is a household fixture at this point, rolls up his little joint too. We go. Again, I'm already as high as it gets. And now I'm getting even higher. I actually wrote a bit of a song about it. It's, I am high as a tiger, I am high as a kite, getting stoned outside with my cousins. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm smoking a joint right now because I have such bad cotton mouth. Thank you for bearing with me. So we get back inside, we eat our Thanksgiving dinner, we eat our dessert, and me and my friend Liam Underhill hop into his 1998 Lincoln Continental, and we go to a local park where we've got hot dates, which is such a thing you should do while your asshole has stitches in it. So we hit up the swings because, again, we're children. We're smoking joints on the swings. I can't feel a thing at this point. Pain medication, joints, I'm gone. So we decide to play Don't Touch the Ground tag, which is like tag but with more gymnastics. We play that for a little while, and then we kind of separate off with our people to do some little late night smooching in the park. So I'm doing some late night smooching in the park for just a moment until I feel something. It's the first thing I've felt all day. And I scooch over, and there's just a puddle of blood. I told you it was gonna get worse. I tell you, I warned everybody. So I burst my stitches, get into Liam's car, we drive back home. I gotta clean his seat, of course, because I'm a good friend. You don't leave butt blood on your friend's seat. Clean it up. Liam sleeps over because the next day we have a Friendsgiving, or a Thanksgiving, or a Skanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. Scabsgiving was another one. And again, 16-year-old boy, have not learned my lesson. I don't know if you've ever met a 16-year-old boy. They're fucking dumb. Every single one of them, and I was the dumbest of all of them. So we wake up the next day, we got some time to kill before the party, and we decide that we're gonna go to our local mall and steal things. So smart. We're just so smart. We're like, we're gonna get new outfits. We're gonna get some video games. We're gonna get some PBR voted America's Best in 1893, and they still put it on the fucking can for some reason. Anyway, we go to the mall. We had a good day of thievery. I'm not that person anymore. I'm not proud of that person, but it's a very funny story. We decide, in the spirit of brotherly love, that before we leave, we're gonna steal each other watches. So we go into Macy's, we grab several $100s in watches, and we walk out, where we get met by mall security. Because it's Black Friday weekend. Of course there's more fucking security. So imagine me, 16, old enough to be charged. My friend Liam, 15, not old enough to be charged. He has his mom called. For me, they call the police, who I have to explain to when they get there that I can't get into their car until we stop by Liam's car to get a tiny pink fucking foam pillow, or I'm gonna bleed all over their car. At this point, from the stress of being arrested, being on a playground, going to school, the only way I think I can describe my asshole is like, it's ruined like a father-son relationship after alcoholism. Just fucking destroyed. There's shit between it that'll never come back. So we get to the police station where I am fingerprinted. They take my mugshot. They call my dad, who, as you can imagine, has never been prouder. So happy. They put me in the holding cell where I am in this cell with two people that look way too comfortable. They just don't look fucking phased to be there. I'm 16 years old, sitting on a little pink pillow. So the last thing that you should not do while your asshole is bleeding is steal stuff. You shouldn't do it ever, but especially if your asshole is bleeding, guys. Thank you so much for your time.